Hi, Bank of Oak Ridge. My name is Cody Nolan, and I am your United Way staff person for this year. Thank you so much for tuning in and hearing just a little bit about what United Way does in your community. And also, thank you so much to Paige Oliver and Wesley Martin, who have made it possible for us to come in and do the workplace campaign at Bank of Oak Ridge. It's because of workplace campaigns like yours that we're able to do the work we do in the community. So thank you so much. So for those of you who don't know about United Way, I'm going to tell you more about what it is we do. So some of you have probably heard of 211, maybe others haven't. So 211 is a service provided by United Way. It's a phone number you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to get connected to community resources. I've heard some call it the information hotline, and I really like that name for it because it's very fitting. So let's say you know someone who needs information about COVID, whether they need a booster, where to get a vaccine, if they still need to be wearing a mask, stuff like that, they can call 211 and get the most up-to-date Louisiana Department of Health guidelines. Or maybe you know someone who's facing housing instability. They are facing eviction. They can call 211 and get connected to agencies that may be able to help them in that situation. Maybe you know someone who's facing food insecurity. They've fallen on hard times and don't know where their next meal is going to come from. They can also call 211 and get connected to agencies that can help them. And finally, unfortunately, we all know someone who's been affected by the opioid epidemic. And now 211 can help them as well by getting them in touch with local resources like treatment centers, support groups, and family counseling. We're also committed at United Way to seeing children and youth become successful in school and in life. And one of the most notable ways we do that is through a program called Read, Learn, Succeed. And I bet some of you have heard of Read, Learn, Succeed, and maybe some of you have even volunteered with it in the past. Well, Read, Learn, Succeed is a program where we take second graders who are not quite reading on grade level, and we pair them with a volunteer throughout the school year. And that volunteer helps them work on their reading skills and also to build up a home library. And the goal is to get that child reading closer to grade level so that they can successfully make it to the next grade and on throughout middle school and high school and to graduation, and then on to gainful employment or to college. And the reason we chose to work with second graders is because if a child's not reading on grade level by third grade, they're 4 times more likely to drop out of high school. And we don't want to see that happen. We want to see these children make it through school, get to graduation, and be successful members of our community. We also work with children through our Backpacks for Kids program, which is a program that's put on by the food bank, but that we fully fund. And that is where children go home with backpacks full of food so that they have something to eat over the weekend if their family is facing food insecurity. We also fund after school programs and different partner programs that help children to be successful. Another focus of ours is creating access to opportunity in Northeast Louisiana. We do that through our work with our partner agencies. We have over 40 partner agencies we work with. Like I mentioned, the Food Bank, the Boys and Girls Club, the Council on Aging, the West Washita Senior Center, and many more. And they all help us to achieve that goal of creating access to opportunity for everyone in this region. We also have a program called Dollars and Cents, and I'm sure that some of the folks at Bank of Oak Ridge have either participated in or heard about Dollars and Cents. Well, Dollars and Cents used to be a simulation that would be done at local high schools where students would be given a salary and then they would go around to different booths and be offered to buy a house or buy a cell phone, buy a car. And it was basically a little simulation to teach students the value of a dollar and good and bad spending habits and help them start to build those good financial habits for when they graduate and are on their own. I certainly needed something like Dollars and Cents when I was in high school. But because of COVID, we have had to pivot, and we've worked with ULM to create a Dollars and Cents app. And hopefully we'll be able to roll that out soon. And because it's going to be an app form, we're hoping that it allows us to reach even more students and get into more schools. So more to come on that soon. We also are focusing on safe living for everyone in our region. One of the ways we're working on that is by partnering with the Wellspring and creating an awareness campaign for sexual assault. We have started funding a portion of their counseling services dedicated to sexual assault, domestic violence, and mental health crisis. These things are all really important, and it's just a brief snapshot of what we're doing in the community. We really hope that something we've said today has touched your heart and made you think of United Way as, an organization you want to be a part of. So we encourage you to take a pledge form today and give a contribution to United Way. It's a personal choice, but if you do want to give, there are several ways you can do that. You can do that by giving a one-time contribution of cash, check, or credit card, or you can do a payroll deduction, and that's a unique way to give. With the payroll deductions, they wouldn't start until January of 2022, and they would go all the way through to December of 2022, but then they would end. And we'll come back next year and ask you if you'd like to do another donation or not. So it's not a lifetime commitment or anything like that. And we are so grateful for any contributions we get. $5, $10, $15, $20 a pay period would be so wonderful for us, because it's small contributions made by the greater whole of our community that really make the biggest difference. So we would love to have you support our organization. And if you run into anybody that you think might benefit from 211, give them the number. And thank you so much for listening, Bank of Oak Ridge. And we are very excited to continue working with you all for years to come.